All right, so I'm in my garage, glasses on, safety goggles, whatever you want to call them. They're not really safety goggles, I'm blind as a bat. But today we're out here to fix Kahlil's guitar. He's got an issue with his input jack down here. So we're gonna take a look at it. It's not loose or anything, as you can hear, so I suspect it's probably something to do with the inside. This focus just does not want to lock. I love that. Anyways, oh man. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this, taking it apart. We got all kinds of tools laid out here. Some I've never even touched before and I probably won't touch today. But yeah, so we're gonna get this mounted up on the tripod here. And I probably should have just screwed this into the tripod plate before I started recording. You live, and sometimes maybe, if you're lucky, you will learn. I have not been that lucky as of yet. Since we're working down here, flip it around. I don't have all of the fancy guitar rests and everything else that you typically need, but I do have all the tools that you really do need. So if anybody wants to bitch at me, they can suck a fat nut, because it starts with the tools. If you don't have the right tools, you ain't gonna get the job done, man. You just ain't. Should be noted, this is not a Gibson. It is an Echo. It is raining outside, so we have AC repair guys coming today, and they're gonna have a hell of a time doing that while it's raining. As you saw in my last clip, how upset I was. All right, now that we got this open, I suspect we'll find the issue pretty fast. And I probably should have brought some sort of cable to plug in so we can tell what the heck is going on here. And just as I suspected. So we'll take you off tripod real quick. So what's going on here, as I suspected and told Kahlil, is this is too far out. So when you plug it in, you'll see quite a bit of movement between, see that? Like, it should not be that easily pulled out. Like, I should not be able to just do that. God damn. I should not be able to just do that so easily. So what I need to do instead is give it a little zhuzh. Fortunately, I don't need to resolder anything. All his connections look pretty stable. So all I'm gonna do is squeeze it, just like I did on one of my older guitars, and that should do it. And this is the world's easiest fix. And when he sees this video, he's gonna be like, what the fuck? Boom, solid connection, really hard to pull out with just one hand. Probably bend it just a little more if you really want it. Boom. Now that's a solid connection. That's not gonna go anywhere. It's not going further in or out. So what I'm gonna do now is turn on the amp I have over in the other side of the garage and see if what I've done has fixed it. Honestly, I probably won't show Kahlil this video. I'll just be like, dude, you have no idea. I was in the trenches fixing your guitar, man. Just deep in the trenches, trying to figure out what was wrong. I have faith. And I think if you have nothing, you have faith. Even if you have nothing, always have faith. All right, let's plug her in and see what's up. There's my amp set up in here. Half the speakers are decoration and older than me. We're booted up. Nothing. That's great. pretty fun to play. Ignore my socks and sandals. It's my garage attire. Put some overdrive on that bitch. Yo. Okay, so that's something. Oops. His bridge pickup's a lot quieter. Pretty good. There you have it. Kahlil's guitar, all fixed up. Took no time at all. So I realized yesterday I wanted to record me actually playing the guitar and not just fucking dicking around on it. And then I forgot. So I'm waking up the next morning, throwing my hat on. You can really, it's got buzz. It needs installation, but I'm like, this is probably a pretty cheap guitar. I guess I should Google it and look up some info on it. But something I noticed is when you're on the treble pickup, the bridge pickup, it's a lot quieter. So for reference, here it is on treble. And switching to rhythm, a boost. All the knobs are turned up. I don't know. I don't know. They don't pay me enough to know. Who's they? I don't know either. You know, I'll ask Kahlil how he feels about that. Maybe it's something I can look at. It also does not hold tune. And I don't know if that's just because I tuned it again and it was tuned in such a crazy way where it was just really high. Nearly the whole guitar was tuned up a half step. We're gonna try it one more time. You know, it's such a nice looking guitar, but it makes me feel like it's one of those, like, I would call them TGI Friday Hard Rock Cafe guitars, where it's just gonna look really nice up on a wall. And I'm sorry, Kahlil. I don't know, and I also, you know, there's a couple things I could explore. His string job up here is a little whack. Like the E string is not even fully wrapped around the peg once. And then every other string has maybe one wrap around, except this high E has like 3. The high E is probably the only one that's strung. Honestly, all the high strings are strung to my spec. But the low strings are struggling. Trying to detune it on purpose, because I'm very curious. Yeah. It falls right out of tune. And those are the strings that are actually properly strung, in my opinion, in my professional, humble opinion. Here it is on clean. which is probably what I should have started with. I guess it's not holding it too terribly. There's a little dissonance in there. This is how I wish my Gretsch was set up, and I gave him my Gretsch for the time being to practice on. I really did not anticipate this guitar to play so much like a Les Paul. It actually plays very similarly to a Les Paul, which is, in my opinion, so uncommon for Les Paul copies. I feel like, well, my Gretsch isn't a Les Paul copy really at all. It's kind of a Gretsch's take on a Les Paul more than anything. I know that you're probably like, what's the difference? I don't know. I think it's probably because Gretsch is owned by Fender, so they have it set up a little more Fender-y, in my opinion. And it plays... The problem I have with my Gretsch is I probably just need to reset it up because it plays so high. The action on it is so high, and it plays so chunky. And I don't know if that's because I'm putting 10s on there and maybe it just needs 9s. Like, these are 9s on here, and you can tell. And that's part of probably why it's playing so much like a Les Paul. It's just got a lot of slack. Wow, that's a lot of reverb on there. But the playability of it, this just has no like high string action, which is great. I'm honestly shocked. I don't know how. He said he bought this in 2015. The good news is his pickup switch is solid. The one on the BC Rich behind me, ignore Patrick and the Blue Shell, I'm a child. The one on the BC Rich behind me constantly is failing and falling apart. I've taken it apart several times. I've jammed it all back together. I've glued it, I've bent it, I've done everything I could short of just buying a new pickup selector. And I probably just should. And I feel like that's the most common issue with these cheaper guitars. I honestly have no idea if this is a cheaper guitar. It, to me, kind of plays like one, despite it still playing very well. I'll have to look it up and see kind of what, I'm missing in terms of like info. I think we're good here. I think he's gonna be really happy with it. He's gonna be good, like, there's no noise in that input jack anymore. Mission accomplished, man, we did it. That's all I got to say. Oh my God.